Good evening, friends, and welcome to another season of the MCPSS Thursday Night High School Kickoff. I'm Al Wheaton, joined by my colleague Willie Gaston in the booth. Willie, Thursday Night High School football has returned. How do you feel?
I'm excited. I'm stirred up. It's football season. I don't know what to do with myself right now. I'm just
Christmas.
excited about this.
Well, we're glad to have you back for another season of MCPSS Thursday Night High School Kickoff. Tonight we're featuring Williamson Lions. They're hosting the Jackson Aggies, the number 2 ranked 5A team in the state. And Willie, we have a good battle tonight here at Ladd Peoples Stadium. A new feature we have lined up this year. We like to call it Willie's Wisdoms to kind of get your take on the game tonight. What do you see for Williamson and Jackson tonight, Willie?
Well, what I see from Williamson needs to slow the ball down. The main thing is control the clock. If they can control the clock, they can keep this game close and stay within it. Jackson, on the other hand, number 2 team in the state, I mean, what can you say? They're clicking on all cylinders right now. When you come in against a team that's 0-2, upset central could happen. It's just a matter of which Jackson team decides to show up.
Absolutely, absolutely. So here's some of your other takes on Williamson. What else do you have there for us, Willie?
Like I said earlier, slow the game down, manage the clock, play smart and disciplined, because if they play smart and disciplined, everything will just continue to go, and they can stay inside this game. And also stay hydrated and stay healthy.
Yeah, tonight it's not very humid, a little hot outside, but not humid. So staying hydrated is important and keeping those fresh legs.
And because they have such depleted numbers, their team is 31. You got to keep it going.
I understand. Here's our kickoff. And Jackson takes the ball going up the middle. And it looks like he is going all the way in for the Aggies. Touchdown on the kickoff, number 23, Michael Phillips.
Well, that's one way to start out a game. The only contact he got was on the celebration just then.
Takes it all the way to the house. Now, that's how you start off MCPSS Thursday Night High School Kickoff, brought to you by WKRG. Willie, welcome to Thursday Night Football.
You're not kidding with that. I don't know what to say about that. When you start off a game and you open up with a kickoff down the middle of the field, one cut touchdown, I don't know what to say.
I think we're going to have an exciting year for Thursday Night Football on MCPSS. Willie, you hadn't even taken your seat yet.
I mean, really.
Jackson
Field goal is good by Mr. Miller.
Jackson off to a lead 7-0 over Williamson already. They are the number 2 ranked team in the state, as we talked about. And if you look in the stands as we pan around and shortly, Jackson has brought a nice contingent with them from up in Clark County as well. So
yes, they did.
That's good to support your team when they're going on the road like that.
Yes, and when we got to Jackson's, from Willie's Wisdom from Jackson,
we hadn't even finished the graphic yet.
Wow.
We got our first score. So maybe we can get that back up for you, Willie.
My number 1 was get out in front early.
There you go.
Keep the mental edge over Williamson. And they've started that with the opening kickoff.
Absolutely.
Our next one is play fast. Keep Williamson on their heels. If they can keep them on their heels, they'll do great.
Mm-hmm.
And rest starters to get ready for St. Paul's next week.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be a big one because the number 1 team in the state, if they hold on, they're playing rain tomorrow night. That's like a playoffs atmosphere.
Yes, it will be. I mean, you get the playoffs early.
Back for Williamson, you got Adrian Portlock, number 24.
Kicking off is Mr. Miller once more.
Well, let's see if Williamson can come back and answer that early touchdown from Jackson. Number 1, Darryl Mitchell takes the handoff. He gets wrapped up
by a host of Jackson tacklers.
Well, let's get ready for our Williamson offensive starters to come out, led by Jeremy Hickbottom, his quarterback. He's got a lot of offers. We'll talk about that later on as we get into the game there. So had a chance to speak with Coach Sumter before the game, and they faced Baker the first week, had Blunt last week. And here are the starting lineup for the Williamson Lions there. said he's proud of his guys. He's not dressing too many out, but he wants them to play smart, like you said, play discipline, and be competitive. Be competitive.
Yes, and that just basically means they have to play ball control game.
First flag of the MCPSS Thursday night kickoff season.
We got a lot of activity quick.
Get the call from our referee there.
We have a dead ball, false start on the offense, repeat first down.
Not a good way to start your series off there, Willie.
No, it's not. Now you're looking at a 1st and 15. It changes your game plan a little.
Absolutely.
But right now, Williamson cannot afford any mistakes.
Hickbottom in the backfield by himself, ready to take the snap here. Portlock in motion. Throws it out to Portlock, and he's trying to weave his way through some Aggies tacklers, but he's brought down right about 24-yard line there.
Tackled by number 51, Garius Daniels. I guess Garius plays offense and defense.
Yeah, there are a few two-way players we'll see tonight for Williamson. As we talked about earlier, they don't have very many players dressed out, so we'll see a few players playing both ways, especially on the offensive line and defensive line. Sets up about a 2nd and 14 for the Lions there. Hand off to Darrell Mitchell, and he is brought down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Right now what Jackson's doing, they're doing a lot of gang tackling. And that's what you like to see as a defense coordinator from your team, a lot of gang tackling. Everyone's flying to the ball. And I think that kickoff has just put Williamson in shock right now.
I would think so. That can probably, knock the spirits down a little bit there.
But the game is still early. You can't get down by a touchdown and feel like the game is over. Still got to compete, and let's just hope Williamson can shake this off and be competitive.
3rd and 19, Hickbottom. With a little screen pass to Portlock. He gets some yardage.
6 yards short of the first down.
And we'll set up 4th down for Williamson.
Number 5 for Jackson on the tackle, Everett Washington.
And looks like Hickbottom will be punting for the Lions. He also handles some of the kicking duties for them as well.
And back deep for Jackson, Everett Washington, who just made the tackle.
All right, Williamson spreading it out here. One of those wide open formations, getting ready to punt. Just gets it off before the game clock expires. Ball taken about the 31. Up the middle goes Washington. Brought down about the 39-yard line.
Ooh, let me change that. It looked like a 5 from here, but that's Tyler Apstone.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Check that. Tyler Apston. Now we get our first look at the Aggies offense. Led by Jamarcus Williams at quarterback. He's got a lot of college offers. We'll talk about that later on during the broadcast, and we can see what the Aggies brought down here for the Lions tonight.
Yes, and it's a flag on the play. The officials meeting to discuss it.
There's a lineup for our officials tonight. Mr. Joey Pilgrim, Kevin Anders, Brian Allred, Willie Barnes, Mike Bumstead, Philip Lane, Michael Miles, Michael Rogers, and Aiden Thomas.
We have holding on the white team. It'll be their ball, 10-yard penalty.
Push Jackson back a little bit. Talked about Jackson meeting up with St. Paul's next week on the schedule. They lost to them in the semifinals last year, Willie. St. Paul's was the eventual 5A state champion, and Jackson finished the season last year 11-3. They only lost they had one region game, and they lost in the playoffs, and those 2 losses came to St. Paul's.
Wow.
So I was
So,
with that.
so next week, There's going to be some fireworks.
I think there's going to be some fireworks up at Legion Field here in Jackson.
Yep.
Coach Powell told me he's not trying to look past Williamson, like you said earlier, but he knows that's going to be a big game they're hosting next week.
You try not to look past
right.
the team you're playing this week, but, I mean, come on, let's be real. The politically correct thing to say is, well, we're not looking past Williamson.
We won't call that Willie's wisdom. Call that a Willie Nugget, huh? I got you.
It's going to be politically correct.
First and 10 on the 22 for Jackson. Williams making his move. He keeps it himself. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage there.
On the tackle for Williamson, number 50. Number 50, Terrence Jamal.
Okay.
Had to find it there.
No problem. First Thursday night game, Willie. It's all good. Got to work those kinks out for you. Williams rolls out and
Great
incomplete.
coverage. Great coverage by number 18.
Ball was intended for Darius Pritchard.
Roger Lee
Jackson.
McCrary. He's a junior. So they have one more year, and that junior's showing that he can play in this game. And that's what you like to see from your juniors and your sophomores, to step up and make plays when needed. And right now, Williamson really needs a turnover right now, early.
Williams is looking for number 39 downfield and just past the outstretched hands of number 39 for Jackson. Incomplete, brings up fourth down. They'll have to punt there.
Edward Scott, the senior, was on the coverage, and as a defensive back, former defensive back myself, that's no man's land for a defensive back. You don't like to see, as our coach used to say, you don't want to see his big numbers. Because if you see his big numbers, the ball is surely coming.
And that means he is flown by you. That's not a good thing.
That's not a good thing. Back deep for Jackson punting.
Well,
almost blocked.
And
number 9, Tyler Abston, also does the kicking duties.
Well, Williamson set up right now some great field position at the halfway mark, right there at the 50-yard line, midfield. So great field position.
That was a great defensive stand for Williams.
Great field position for the
Even after
Lions.
The opening kickoff return, the defense came out, got a stop. That votes well for Williams. Now
Absolutely.
What they need to do is put some points on the board.
Got Jackson right here at the 50-yard line. Let's see what Hickbottom can do with the offense. Man in motion. He decides to keep it. Gets past the line of scrimmage. Picks up 1 or 2 yards there for a slight gain.
But that's what you want to see from the quarterback. Right now, only thing Williamson wants to do is just man it, move the ball, get a first down, eat up some clock. Keep Jackson's offense off the field.
Yeah, their best defense is almost ball control in
Yes.
that clock there.
That clock and ball control is it for him.
Hickbottom is a senior, 6'5", 190. You get a good shot of him right there.
Kind of push you in the mind of Jamarcus Russell.
Mm-hmm.
When he was at Williams, one of Williams' greats.
Quick out to Darryl Mitchell. Gets the first down for Williamson. See Coach Sumter down there encouraging his kids. Keep the ball moving for the Lions into the Aggies territory.
Yep, and when you see that, number 11 for Jackson, Kadarian Handy on the tackle. I mean, that's what you want to see out of Williamson right now. Ball control, drive, move the ball, get the chains moving.
Absolutely. That definitely moves the change. First and 10 from the 33 for Williamson. Stoppage in play there. Now Coach Sumter isn't too happy with the Williamson Lions as he calls the timeout there, Will.
No, he's not.
Stick with us. We'll be back. You're watching the MCPSS Thursday Night High School Kickoff, brought to you by WKRG-TV.
The The Environmental Studies Center is a natural sciences education facility designed to provide unique learning experiences. In addition, wildlife rehabilitation plays a vital role each day at the center. Featuring more than 500 acres of rich woodlands, the center affords teachers, students, and the general public an opportunity to experience firsthand the natural environment. Environmental Studies Center. It starts with us in the Mobile County Public Schools.
Attention educators, the Mobile County Public Schools would like to invite you to the 2016 Academy Conference. Learn from experts ways to integrate the Signature Academy model into your school. Join us February 23rd and 24th at the Renaissance Riverview Plaza Hotel as Academy experts, post-secondary institutions, and businesses discuss how to incorporate this model into your school district. Register early as seating is limited. The 2016 Academy Conference, preparing students to be college and career ready.
Welcome back. We're live at Ladd Stadium for the MCPSS Thursday night high school kickoff, brought to you by WKRG TV. Williamson took a timeout there, Willie. It looked as if Coach Sumter maybe didn't have the right formation, or he wasn't really happy about what he was seeing from the Lions lining up there on that first down.
Then they came right out the timeout and ran a quarterback draw.
I know as a former coach yourself, that's got to frustrate you a little bit. You take the time out to do something and you don't even make any progress at all.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's one of those things where somewhere during the week the players didn't understand the play call.
Mm-hmm.
And right now they've gone to a wildcat formation.
And taking the handoff up the middle there. It appears that they pulled Hickbottom out of the game. Let's take a peek on that number.
Look like it's number 24.
Yeah, Portlock. So they had Portlock running the Wildcat there.
Yes, and what you're not seeing from Williamson, their offensive line is not getting to the second level. And when your offensive line, we say all the time in football, you win the game in the trenches. Quarterbacks, receivers, yeah, they scored touchdowns, but you win the game in the trenches.
Absolutely.
And for Williamson to have a ball control game, they have to be able to run the football. And right now, Jackson is having their way with them defensively.
They average about 223 on the Williamson offensive line. They've got a young line, only one upperclassman, a lot of sophomores there. So we'll be right back. Stick with us. It's the MCPSS Thursday night high school kickoff, brought to you by WKRG TV. We are back. Portlock takes a pass from Hickbottom. Gets down to about the 16-yard line. Came back from our commercial break there, Willie, and Williamson on the move. So the Lions look like they're trying to get it in the end zone there.
Yes, they are. And this is what you want to see out of Williamson. This is the only way Williamson can stay in this game. Eat up the clock. Throw some short passes, get the chains moving. Because as long as they can play ball control, the clock is on their side.
Hand off to Adrian Portlock, and he is in the end zone. Touchdown, Williamson. The Lions are on the board. When you think back on it, that timeout Coach Sumter took, they ran the play, and they come right back, and it was a referee's timeout, almost one of the heat breaks, as we like to call it, Willie. So it kind of played in the Williamson's favor there.
Yes, it did.
Good timing on their part. Williamson on the board.
Going for the extra point. Williamson going with the swinging gate. As a football term where you take all your linemen, move to one side of the field with one receiver. You could either go for 2 or kick a field goal.
Right.
They called them in. Jackson adjusted. Now Williamson just decided to kick the field goal. Numbers weren't in their favor.
All right. Higgbottom back for the PAT try. Up, and it is no good. No good. Take a look at the highlight here. Portlock on the left side and just weaves his way, and he's in the end zone. 6 points.
But that's what you like to see, though, out of Williamson right now. They're in the football game. They're down by 1. You hate to miss an extra point, but, hey, it happens.
It does. It does. It does. 7-6 Jackson up over Williamson. First quarter action here from Ladd Peoples Stadium. It may look a bit partly cloudy out, Willie, but no chances of rain, no humidity out. Feels great. Slight breeze here in the Mobile area for the guys tonight.
Beautiful night for football.
I'd agree with you on that. Our first night, Thursday night football, brought to you by our good friends over at WKRG TV. We thank them for having us on, and we thank you for joining in with us here for the MCPSS Thursday night high school kickoff. And Higgbottom about to kick off.
To Michael Phillips, which I don't think they want to kick back off to him again.
He has run one in.
And they kicked it towards number 27.
Kicked it away from him.
Darius Pritchard. And Pritchard's still up and running, and he loses the football.
Fumble, and Williamson is excited. Looks like they've recovered the fumble there.
They got the ball.
And it is Williamson's ball.
Look like number 6. Look like number 6.
The Lion faithful of
the Arian Riley. The Arian Riley recovers the fumble.
Great field position on the 25-yard line of Jackson. Williamson just scored, so it looks like they're trying to get back in the end zone again. 5:20 left in the first quarter.
If Williamson can put this in the end zone, the whole body language will change on that sideline.
Higgbottom keeps it, maybe gets a yard or possibly right down at the line of scrimmage there. As you said earlier, this is the type of game Williamson needs. Control the clock, keep the ball in your possession, but little mistakes like that, if you want to call them, are the things that Jackson needs Williamson to do, and vice versa has happened, Willie.
Exactly, and what Jackson right now, Jackson kind of sleepwalking. Because they got to open the kickoff. In their mind, this game's supposed to be over.
You can look at them right there on the sideline.
You can look at them on the sideline. They're in shock right now.
Coach Powell and his team down from Jackson tonight and trying to stop the Lions from getting into the end zone. They have wrapped up Higgbottom. They may give him a yard or two for forward progress there.
That's what you call a coverage sack.
Absolutely.
Jackson's front 4 is getting a lot of pressure. And that's what you like to see. You like to see your D-line causing pressure because then you don't have to blitz. Number 51, number 34. 51 is Daniel Darius.
3rd and 10, Williamson trying to get this first down so they can keep the drive going. A great field position. Tosses out to Portlock. He moves the ball ahead. He's close to a first down. We may have to get a measurement here.
On the tackle, number 22, Mickey Williams. Also on the tackle, number 4, Joshua Carpenter. And if you notice with Williamson's offense, what they're doing, they're running the West Coast style of the spread offense. And pretty much what they're doing is they toss the ball to the running backs in the flats and just hoping that their running back can gain 3 or 4 yards. Make one guy miss, get 3 to 4 yards.
Get some more yards, right. 1st and 10 on the 15. They got the first down. Didn't call any sticks. Higgbottom keeps the ball, and he is brought down for a loss, maybe a 1-yard gain.
Brought down by number 51, Daniel Garris. He's having quite a night tonight.
You have called his name a few times there.
He already has 3 tackles, so he's doing pretty good right now.
Second and 10, so no gain on that play. Hickbottom steps back, goes into the pocket, and is that complete to number 1, Darryl Mitchell Jr.? It is complete. So far, Hickbottom 6 for 6, Willie, on his passing tonight.
That's great. That's what you like to see at your quarterback.
And as you talked about earlier, just kind of doing a little dink and dunk here, and that's probably one of his longest passes tonight so far. Most of them have gone to Portlock.
Yep, and Tyler Apstone, he's kind of quite active tonight.
3rd and 4 from the 9. They can pick up the first down without having to score here. Incomplete. So I jinxed Hickbottom there after going 6 for 6. So incomplete.
Saying, right now he's saying commentator had to say something, didn't he?
I put the jinx on him, Willie. Didn't mean to. So
I bet you he was excited. Now that he's like, well, now that's out the way. I thank you there. I appreciate that.
Let's see what Williamson is going to do here, if they're going to kick or go for this first down. They missed a point after attempt after the touchdown, so let's see what
I go for it.
Coach Sumter has.
As a coach, I would go for it simply because of the fact, what do you got to lose?
4th and 4.
Number 2 team in the state. Right there, he's open and he
tosses it out.
Oh.
And he falls down. Couldn't make that first down. Terrence Brand.
Hickbottom saw Brand a little late. He was open for a while before he threw it to him.
He was. Probably that previous pass play that was batted down may have been in the back of his mind there. That slight hesitation may have cost him there. Let's take a look.
Number 4, Joshua Carpenter, was on the tackle.
Flag on the play, holding against Jackson. So that'll give the Lions that first down they were trying to get there, Willie.
Wow. They keep breathing life into Williamson.
Minute 54 left in the first quarter. Jackson up 7-6. Williamson 1st and goal here.
Yep, 1st and goal. If you look at Jackson's sideline, they are in shock right now. There is no emotion whatsoever on that sideline.
You don't see one of the players running up and down trying to say, come on, get in the game, come on, guys. No, you don't see that. You don't see it.
Because I think they came into this thinking, well, Williams is 0-2. Let's think more along the lines of St. Paul.
Looks like we may have a officials timeout here. Williamson opened their season with the game over at Baker and stayed in the game for the most part in the first quarter. And some of the players started suffering from cramps and the heat started getting to them. But that game was 7-0 for a good while in the first half. So Williamson looking like they're trying to take this out. Looked like we have a measurement. There was a holding play on Jackson. So
they had to measure to see.
So first down. Now it's official. First down. So it's official. 1st and goal for the Lions here.
And there's a picture of Jackson's sideline where they're right now in shock. Because if Williamson goes ahead, well, you got a totally different ball game now.
Absolutely, you sure do.
And how good would it be for Williamson to knock off the number 2 team in the state?
Oh, that would be huge, huge. Huge. And this is being a region game as well. Hickbottom attempts to pass, and he is brought down.
He's brought down by number 25, Scotty Ridgway.
Let's take a look at the replay here.
I think they were trying to throw a screen out here, and the lineman just penetrated.
Yeah, he had two Aggies in his face there. Couldn't get rid of it.
And when you look at your old line for Williamson, you have to maintain your blocks. And what Jackson's decided to do, we're going to start sending some people.
Yeah, we talked about the Williamson offensive line averaging about 223. Jackson averaging 201. Looks like they have some speed over there. And we have a timeout. Coach Sumter has called timeout again. He's going to bring his crew over here and talk to him. It's 2nd and goal. It's a good opportunity. Let's talk about that, Willie. It's a minute left in the first quarter. He's using a second timeout. What do you think he's talking to his players about right now?
Well, right now is basically this is a crucial thing because you don't know whether or not you're going to get another opportunity tonight to get down here in the red zone like this.
Okay.
So he calls timeout, which leaves him with 1 left for the half. And he's telling them, look, guys, we got to get this in the end zone. We have to. Because if we don't know if we're going to get another chance to get back down here again. And it's not that he's not believing in his team, but football is one of those games you don't know how the game going to roll. You don't. You like to, as we say, we like to have those great predictions where we know what's going to happen.
Right.
But if both teams knew what was going to happen, would it be much of a game?
It wouldn't be.
It wouldn't be.
Well, the Lions break from the timeout there. It's 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. They're going to try to punch this one in and take the lead on Jackson. That would definitely be a wake-up call in Southwest Alabama. Williamson up over the number 2 ranked team in the state here.
Yep. And they have Portlock out here isolated.
So keep your eye on him. He's at the bottom of the screen there. Hickbottom keeps it, and he is stuffed at the line. That's almost 3 plays in a row. Stuffed, Willie.
I do not know what to say to that one.
Do you think that was the play designed in the timeout there? Makes you wonder what's going on.
Now it's 3rd and goal.
From the 9. So Williamson had the ball 1st and goal at the 5. They've been pushed back to the 9 here. So let's see what we can come up with. Time running out in the first quarter.
It would be nice for them to go out the first quarter ahead.
Hickbottom throws out to number 1, Darrell Mitchell Jr. He cuts, and he's wrapped up. He's going to be short.
He got back to the original line of scrimmage, met by a host of Jackson players. Number 57.
And that's going to take us down to the end of the first quarter.
Ezekiel Nettles. And number 22, Mickey Williams.
Well, stick with us. That wraps up 1 quarter. Jackson up 7-6. We'll be back with the 2nd quarter as Williamson tries to score on the MCPSS Thursday night high school kickoff, brought to you by WKRG TV. Welcome back to the MCPSS Thursday Night High School Kickoff, brought to you by WKRG TV. While we were away, Williamson attempted 4th and goal. Short toss pass out to Adrian Portlock, and he came up about a few yards short, Willie. So it's Jackson 1st and 10 from the 2-yard line.
Williamson calls their final timeout.
And here's a replay on the play that happened while we were away there. Portlock just a yard or two short, and Williamson has used their last timeout.
And Scotty Ridgway was on the tackle, which saved the touchdown, because had he not been there, Portlock would have scored.
He would have. That would have been a huge momentum swing in this game. So Jackson is lined up and they're ready. A lot of things happening this season. During the MCPSS Thursday Night High School Kickoff, we're going to have some interviews at halftime, talk about signature academies, and also we have a new feature, a new team member who we'll be checking in with shortly, Willie. So a lot of things going on Thursday night. Let's go down now to the sidelines. We're going to join our sideline reporter, Tara Reeves, and welcome her to Thursday Night High School Football. What do you have for us, Tara?
Thanks, Al. With Jackson coming off a 35-0 shutout against Clark County last week, I asked Coach Sumter what his plan was for the offense. He said he needs the whole team to step up, play together, and just not turn the ball over. So we'll see what the Lions have in store tonight. Guys.
Thanks, Tara. We appreciate that. We'll be checking in with her periodically throughout the evening and welcome her to the crew for Thursday Night High School Kickoff. Run up the middle by number 20, Greg Jackson, for the Aggies. Appears as if he may be close to getting that first down. And the chains are moving.
If you notice now, Jackson has picked up the tempo. I think they're sensing that Williamson feels like they can play in this game, so what they're trying to do, they're going to try to tire them out, deplete their numbers.
Williams keeps it. Gets a couple yards, maybe 5 or 6 for the Aggies, as they got themselves out of the hole back there on the 2-yard line. So getting that first down is definitely a big motivating factor for them. I guess Coach Powell and his crew could say play fast, but also don't play too fast where you're giving the ball right back to Williamson. They ruled the time of possession in the first quarter, Will.
Yes, they did. And right now what Williams has done, they've shortened the game, but right now, the only thing that Jackson can do is try to just impose their will on Williamson right now.
Yeah, Greg Jackson on the carry once again, and he's picked up another first down as the Aggies continue to move the ball. Coach Danny Powell of Jackson is entering his 5th year, and he has led the Aggies to one of the best records in the state. He actually owns the best region coaching record in the entire state at 60-2. So he has some experience and some know-how on the sideline there, Willie.
How many people in this region?
In the 5A Region 1, let's take a look at the teams we have. BC Rain, Escambia County, Faith Academy, Jackson, St. Paul's, Viger, and Williamson. So 7 teams in Region 1 5A.
So his 2 losses came to St. Paul.
Funny you say that. Little screen pass. They dump out to number 23, Michael Phillips. And he is brought down by the Lions right there at the 35-yard line.
By number 6, Riley, Mr. Riley, the Aryan Riley.
Here's a nice replay.
And you like to see number 22 for Williamson. Oh, Deuce.
Had a flag on the previous play there. That's going to push the Aggies back. Looks like we had a block in the back on Jackson. We'll get the call from the referee here.
Number 22 was Tyson Patrick. Tyson wears 2 jersey numbers. He goes from either 22 or 52. That's why when I was looking for him, I was like, that's not in the right place.
We did talk about some of the Lions are playing two ways tonight, but he's got two different jerseys on, so doing the Superman. Pass way deep, and it is caught. Try to get a number on that Aggie there, but that is a touchdown for Jackson. Number 39 on the catch. Beautiful play.
Number 39.
There's Williams
Taylor.
second back.
Tyler Jackson.
Nice haul in by Tyler Jackson for the Jackson Aggies.
But he got behind again. He got right behind Edward Scott. Right now, Edward's having a hard time out there. You don't like to see a receiver's big numbers all night. That's not good
you
sign.
mentioned that earlier. There's the extra point. It is up and good. Jackson takes the lead, 14-6. Stick with us. We'll be back with more football action. It's the MCPSS Thursday Night High School Kickoff, brought to you by WKRG TV.
Did you know that the graduation rate for Mobile County is 82% and rising? That's because Mobile County Public Schools is equipping our students to be college and career ready. Did you also know that 144 of our AP scholars excelled high on the advanced placement exams to earn college credit? And with more signature academies and career technical programs, we are finding additional ways of keeping our students engaged. Building futures, it starts with us.
And welcome back to Lab People Stadium. 9:23 remaining in the second quarter. MCPSS Thursday Night High School Kickoff. Williamson hosting Jackson. Jackson puts the ball in the end zone there, Willie, and like you said, back to playing fast again.
Yep. And that's not, if you Williamson, you want to see that occur. Mr. Portlock on the return.
He's coming around the edge here. And brought down about the 31-yard line. So Jackson kind of went with a slight pooch kick there, but a good return by the Lions.
Kendarian Handy was on the tackle. The Portlock was just running. He was looking for real estate.
We've called his name a few times tonight. Portlock actually is committed to West Point. He has a 3.8 GPA, and he is already committed, so he knows where he's going next fall, Willie.
Well, he knows where he's going in life.
Play ball and serve in the Army and
military academy.
For his country. Yeah, absolutely. That's an honor to go to any of the academies.
Yes, it is.
To go to West Point there. Hickbottom with a completion out to Darryl Mitchell Jr. there.
To have the GPA to do that, that says mountains for that young man.
Yes, it does. Definitely have to have those academics in order. And we'll talk about some of the other players tonight who have offers, and some are committed on both sides for Williamson and for Jackson. 2nd and 2 on the 39.
Jalen Jackson made that tackle for Jackson.
Portlock moves out of the backfield, and Hickbottom keeps it and does not get a gain. I think I may have seen a flag come in there. Or was it a possible fumble? Was that the beanbag?
I think that was the beanbag.
The Aggies are pointing. And, yes, that was a fumble. That was a fumble. Williamson has fumbled the ball, and Jackson recovers.
That is not what Williamson needed.
Not at this point, no. Not at this point. Giving up the touchdown. They had the momentum and couldn't get the ball in the end zone. Let's take a look at the replay here. See if we can see what occurred. Someone punched it out down there.
Yep, when you get into a crowd like that as a quarterback, you have to tuck the ball away. Can't tote it like a loaf of bread.
Got to protect the rock, huh, Willie?
Yep. Now, you watch a lot of these kids watch the NFL where you have guys like McCoy that tote the ball like a loaf of bread and swinging it everywhere, and those guys are professionals. You trying to get to that level. You got to cover that rock up.
Got to cover it up. Protect the rock. Williams, quarterback for Jackson, keeps that last one and gains a few yards. They are in Lions territory, sitting right now about at the 38-yard line. And a score right now would really take the air out of Williamson if Jackson were to put this back in the end zone. Little handoff to number 27, comes around the edge there. Darius Pritchett, 2 flags on the play.
Well, everyone saw the same thing.
Pile is still moving. I think we may be able to point this one out ourselves, Willie.
Yep.
There it is, right there.
A mugging went on then. As they say, we need to call the police because he just got mugged. And the officials saw it and they threw the flags.
We have a player down for Williamson right now. Officials timeout. They're going to take a look at him and get an assessment, then we'll get the call. We hope you're enjoying our coverage of MCPSS Sports. For more shows about Mobile County Public Schools, be sure to watch our 24-hour channel, MCPSS TV. It is available on Comcast Channel 15, AT&T Uverse, On Demand Channel 99, and Roku boxes. If you look down on the field there, Willie, some of our viewers may be saying Jackson is similar. Their uniforms are similar to an SEC team that plays in the SEC West there.
The Bayou Bengals.
The Bayou Bengals. Stick with us. We're going to come back and check on that injured player. It's the MCPSS Thursday night high school kickoff, brought to you by WKRG TV.
Hello, my name is Teresa Montgomery, and I'm here to give you a few facts about food allergies. Research says that 15 million Americans have food allergies. Did you know that roughly 30,000 Americans go to the emergency room each year due to food allergies? Food allergies affects 1 in every 13 children in the United States. The economic cost of children's food allergies is roughly $25 billion per year. If you want to know more facts about food allergies, you can visit www.foodallergies.org.
Welcome back to the MCPSS Thursday night high school kickoff. Number 14 being escorted off the field there, Edward Scott IV. Looks like he was a little shaken up. We'll try to get down to Tara, see if she can find out some information on what that injury was in a bit. And the ball has been moved back significantly from those 2 penalties there, Willie. Maybe we can get a call from the officials here.
9 times out of 10, they're going to say a mugging took place. We can't have that.
We did see 1 block in the back there, so we'll put it to you this way. 2nd and 19 on the 49-yard line. So the Jackson Aggies have been pushed back. Williams takes a snap, rolls out to his left, tosses a rainbow pass there over to number 27, Darius Pritchett. Pritchett, 5'10", he's a junior, 165. Has a 3.72 GPA.
Number 9, William Etheridge, senior defensive back on the play.
There's the pass. Let's check that. Not Darius Pritchett. That was number 20 for Jackson. Greg Jackson. Sorry about that.
And I was him, Mr. Jackson. I tell him, man, don't ever throw a ball like that up for me. That would have been a highlight reel tackle.
Pass out to the left side and appears to be incomplete for the Aggies.
Number 6, the Aaron Riley on the tackle. He's taking the place of number 14, Edward Scott.
Well, the Aggies.
Hopefully Mr. Scott is okay.
Absolutely.
And hopefully we'll see him back sometime during the game.
He appears to be on the sideline running it off there. The Aggies got the ball back to the line of scrimmage. 4th and 10, they're punting. And a significantly short punt.
Pooch kick. That netted a total of.
Let's see, they were at the 40, and they're marking this
at the 20.
At the 20.
20-yard punt.
20-yard punt. Well.
Don't know if that was intentional or not, but you can say it was a good punt.
Yeah, you can say it was a good punt. So Williamson takes over on the 20.
I say anytime you don't get a return, it's a good punt.
Looks like Scott's on the sideline running around there. Maybe it was got the wind knocked out of him or something. So Williamson takes over, 1st and 10 on the 20. Hickbottom throws, and I'm going to let you comment on that, Willie. Go ahead, former defensive back. Go ahead, Willie. Say something.
Okay. On the play, drop ball.
Oh, my goodness.
Kadarian Handy. Mr. Handy was not real handy with them hands just then.
Wow. Former DB yourself. How many thoughts do you think he had going through his head at that exact moment, Willie?
He was already thinking about his celebration.
In the end zone.
And you don't get many of those in football.
You
when
don't.
they hit you in your hand, you got to make a play then.
2nd and 10 for Williamson from the 20.
What my old defense coordinator at Alabama used to tell us, big-time players make big-time plays.
I heard that. Portlock up the middle. Nice gain there for the Lions.
Mr. Handy right now standing back there thinking about that drop. Right now, Portlock has been all the offense for Williamson tonight.
He has.
He's catching balls. He's taking handoffs. He's taking snaps. Kind of pushing the mind of Kenyon Drake.
Yeah, I had a chance to speak with Coach Sumter during the Mobile County Media Days, and he had good things to say about Portlock and said he had a good head on the shoulder, and he plays smart too. As we talked about, he's got 3.8 GPA, so he's definitely got the brain there. And Hickbottom goes out to him again, incomplete, overthrows Portlock, who had a step or two on the Aggies defender.
Yep, he just needs to put a little more air under it.
Take a look at the replay there.
The thing is, when you're a quarterback, you have to learn to develop some touch. And be it that right now he's in the 12th grade, teams look at that when they're trying to pick up a scholarship somewhere. They look at arm strength. They look at accuracy.
Yep, Tyler Abston back to receive for Jackson. It's 4th down as Williamson is in punt formation here. He's anticipating a short kick set up at about the 45. Takes about the 38. Makes a move, slips up, trying to regain his footing, and fumbles out of bounds. Back into Lions territory, Willie.
Yep. Tyler Abston. He's had an active night, which was a great return. Line drive kick makes the first 2 guys miss.
Lost his footing there as we look on the replay.
Yeah, it's good to see Mr. Scott back out there on the field covering the kick.
That's good. Looks like we have an official's timeout. Stick with us. We'll be back with more action. It's the MCPSS Thursday night high school kickoff, brought to you by WKRG TV.
The Mobile County Public Schools Signature Academies program offers a variety of specialized curriculum for highly interested and motivated students. These academies provide students with choices ranging from aviation to healthcare, advanced information technology to international studies, from engineering to coastal studies. These high-quality hands-on programs prepare students for careers readily available in Mobile County. Signature Academies program. It starts with us.
Welcome back to Lad People Stadium. It's the MCPSS Thursday night high school kickoff, brought to you by WKRG TV. Jackson 1st and 10 on the previous play. They had a run from quarterback DeMarcus Williams, as you can take a look right there. We mentioned number 14 was back on the field, Edward Scott. We're going to check in with our sideline reporter, Tara Reeves, shortly to get an update as to what his injury was there, so stick with us for that. There was a flag on the play, Willie.
Illegal procedure.
Let's go down to Tara Reeves with an update on Edward Scott.
Thanks, Al. As you guys saw, Edward was helped off the field by one of the trainers. He said one of the Aggies players stepped on his left ankle. The trainer was massaging it and paying it extra close attention. He started to do some light jogging, and as you saw, he's already back in the game and ready to go. So, back up to you.
Appreciate that check in. We saw him running on the sideline behind the bench there, trying to loosen it up. So, good he's back in the game there.
Yep, as an ex-defensive back, you don't like getting your ankle stepped on.
You don't. Well, and plus with the situation the Lions are in, injuries is something they definitely do not need with only dressing out. Oh, that hit there.
I'm sorry. I lost many cool points on that one.
I think Willie had a flashback there for a moment. Not that you were receiving the hit. You were giving the hit. You anticipated it coming. Oh, my goodness. You almost jumped out your chair. Great hit right there.
Great hit by number 9, William Etheridge. I kind of lost it then. I did have a flashback.
It's okay. It's go. Willie, you've been waiting all year to get back in the booth, man. You can have that moment, brother. Go ahead.
That's one of those tackles as a defensive back you love to get.
I understand. But as I was saying, that Williamson, they're not looking to have injuries tonight because a lot of players are playing two ways. So that's a lot to them, only dressing out about 31 guys. So that's glad that Scott got back on the field.
Pass complete to number 5, Everett Washington.
Some of the games going on in Mobile County this weekend. Tomorrow night, Flora Citronelle. You saw Blunt, Daphne. That's going to be a big game.
Yeah.
Bryant and Foley playing tomorrow night. There's a handoff for the Aggies up the middle. Davis and Spanish Fort. That'll be a good game. I'm hearing a lot about that. And here at Ladd,
we'll have Murphy and Montgomery.
Mary Montgomery. That'll be the Friday night MCPSS game of the week with our good buddy Tim Finnegan and Howard McCain. They'll be in the booth tomorrow night calling that game. 2nd and 6 for the Aggies. Moving, but also controlling the clock too, Willie.
Yes, they are.
Williams thought about tossing, but kept it himself and picking up substantial yardage. Pulling some Lions players with him. Out of bounds, first down, and more.
Out of bounds at the 8.
Great run. Almost like a busted play, but he made something out of it.
Well, it turned out to be a pass, and he cuts back. And if you look at all the Williamson players, they had no pursuit lanes. Everybody went on top of each other. And that's what happens when you get all that flow going one way. If you have no one on the backside covering lanes, it always creates a great run for an offensive player.
Proved right then. And I think we have a Lion across the line there.
Missed time is blitz. I've been there a few times.
That'll give the Aggies a few more yards as they're marching towards scoring again. Up 14-6 in the second quarter, about 4 minutes remaining.
It's no fun when you get an opportunity to blitz and you in the backfield before the ball snap.
No one's moving but you.
Ball, offsides on the defense. We'll replay first down.
Officiating crew been a little busy tonight.
A lot busy tonight.
But for the most part, a good, clean play game so far.
Yes, it is. I mean, football, you're going to have holding. You're going to have offsides, just not to the point where the ball's still on the ground and you standing back there with the quarterback talking to him. Hey, man, what's up? Just wanted to come back here and let you know I was coming for you.
First and goal for the Aggies, number 13, Jamaskian Chapman. I've been waiting to call his name all night, a.k.a. Mac in the Wildcat formation. Gets a yard or two.
Tyson Patrick on the tackle. Tyson's been busy tonight. That's what you want to see from your linebacker.
Good wrap-up tackle there. I asked Coach Powell on the sidelines before the game. I said, tell me about Mac. I like that nickname there. He said, we're going to get him in tonight.
The Mac.
Mac. Second and goal for the Aggies. Trying to get another score before the half.
Well, I want you to understand something about Williamson's team. I remember we were saying that they have a lot of players playing both ways.
Phillips to the goal line.
Tyson Patrick is playing 2 defensive positions. He's moving from defensive end to linebacker.
Talented guy.
That's talent.
Talented guy. You've been calling his name a lot tonight. Right now, he's got to step it up. It's 3rd and goal for the Aggies. They're trying to punch this one in, stretch that lead out a little more over Williamson. Williams hands off, and that is a touchdown. Michael Phillips in the end zone for the Jackson Aggies. That's his 2nd touchdown tonight. He ran one. He ran the opening kickoff to put Jackson on the board. So they are up with another score. Take a look at the replay here.
I mean, you see a lot of pancake blocking going on.
Phillips is a junior, 5'7", 170.
And number 57 for the Aggies, Ezel Parnell Nettles. He got himself a nice little pancake up in there.
PAT is good. 21-6. Jackson up over Williamson. Stick with us. We got more action headed your way. It's the MCPSS Thursday Night High School Kickoff, brought to you by WKRG TV.
I believe that the quality of education that I received at the Mobile County Public School system, I would give it an A+, an excellent education. And I feel that they prepared me for my future career. I feel that I received not only the fund of knowledge that I need, but the social skills, communication skills that is needed to compete with any other student, not just in Mobile County particularly, but nationwide.
Welcome back to the MCPSS Thursday Night High School Kickoff, brought to you by WKRG. At the kickoff there, and Williamson is going to try to see if they can get on the board here, Willie.
Yes, they're trying to see if they can get on the board, and they need to put a score on the board before halftime.
Down 21-6 to the number 2 ranked 5A team in the state, the Jackson Aggies. Williamson came into the game tonight 0-2. They've lost their last 2 opening games the last 4 years. And last year they were 1-9, so a win tonight would be really monumental. But so far they're in the game, being competitive. Hickbottom brought down. That's incomplete, Will. That ball bounced.
Yes, it is. And what you're seeing from Williamson's offensive line, they're not giving them any time right now. And as a quarterback, you do not like standing back there when you have 4 D linemen just running to you. And it's no fun.
We did talk about the fact that the Aggies had a bit more speed. I mean, they're only averaging 201 pounds on the defense, so looks like they're probably putting speed into play on the offensive line for Williamson there.
But they're getting pressure with 5 guys.
Hickbottom fumble snap, but he recovers and gets close to a first down marker there.
Great run.
Absolutely great recovery for Hickbottom.
He kept his poise, and he was able to get the chains to move. First down.
The sticks are moving. First and 10 from the 30-yard line for Williamson. Clock's moving. If they want to get on the board, they've got to pick up the pace a bit here.
Develop a sense of urgency.
Hands off to Portlock, up the middle. He's brought down, gets a yard or 2.
By number 4, Joshua Carpenter. Joshua.
Clock is moving, and the Lions looking to get this first down here.
The Joshua man. The Carpenter.
The Carpenter. Also, keep in mind, Williamson is out of timeouts. They used all of their timeouts up in the first quarter, Willie.
Yes. So
Hickbottom on the move.
throw the ball away.
Got to get rid of that.
And I mean, that's something he's going to learn over the course of time. Not to hold on to the ball in that situation, throw it away and kill the clock.
Yeah, the clock is not your friend right now when you're behind and you're trying to get into a scoring position. You have to throw that away. You can't take that loss.
Nope, you can't. Number 51, Daniel Garris, was on the tackle, and they're getting a lot of pressure. They spending a lot of time in Williamson's backfield tonight.
They are. Hickbottom hits Portlock. He gets the first down. Does he get out of bounds to stop the clock? Have not received that sign from the officials yet. They'll stop it to move the chains, and looks like they're going to wind it up and keep going. First down.
On the whistle, clock's going to start, so Williamson need to already be lined up. They're losing valuable time right now.
First and 10 at the 50. Hickbottom gets a yard or two, stretches it out. Make sure you stay with us during halftime. We're going to introduce you to the MCPSS Scholar Student Athlete of the Week. Told you we had a lot of things in store this year for MCPSS football, Willie, and that's one of the features. So at halftime, we're going to feature the Scholar Student Athlete of the Week. We'll have a short video about that, and also have some guests in the studio with us as well. Williamson principal Jeff Torbert will join us at halftime.
For our educational purposes.
Got to have the education, Willie. What I say? You got to get the books, stay on the field now. You gotta
Oh,
get
yeah,
the books,
gotta
stay on the
have it.
field. That is most important.
Very important.
Smart move by the quarterback there, Hickbottom. He downed the ball to stop the clock.
Now you got 2 downs to gain a first down.
Yeah, he lost the down, but it's 3rd and 7, so he has 2, as you said, to get it. Drops back. They run that screen pass a few times there, intended for Portlock. They've been connecting a lot, but didn't then. 4th and 7. You're shaking your head, Willie, shaking your head.
If I was Higginbottom, I'd tell Coach don't run that no more. Because every time they run a screen, it looks like a jailbreak.
Sounds like you've said that probably once before.
Coach don't run that no more.
Opportunity squandered by the Lions there. They got the ball over midfield, but drive stop. So Hickbottom back to punt and to receive for Jackson. Number 9, Tyler Abston.
Great
Nice
kick.
kick. Nice kick there. Can the Williamson Lions down it? Can they get it into the end zone for a touchback? That would have been huge. Nice little boost going into the locker room there.
Ball's on the 8.
Well, maybe not. Maybe not touchback. Okay. Oh, no, there it is on the 20. They have it set up on the 20.
But I have to reread my rule book on that one.
Yeah, you have a look of confusion on your face. Wait a minute.
He touched the ball on the 8. Ball goes to the end zone.
Williams back. He's looking to connect. Ooh, number 82 on the reception there for Jackson, but he is stopped, incomplete.
William Ettridge is becoming like Ronnie Lott of the secondary tonight, I see. That's his second boom tackle.
Oh. I'm like you there, Will. Excuse me. Oh, my goodness.
He's bringing the hat right there. I'm having flashbacks. This young man is exciting.
2nd and 10. Jackson's not sitting on the ball either. They're moving. Williams looking for the sideline to stop the clock. Gets out of bounds with 12 seconds.
I think Jackson wants to get a score in before half.
Well, that was one of your keys in Willie's wisdom, score and move fast and take control of the game early. It appeared as if the first quarter Jackson didn't have that control they needed, but the second quarter they've come out and kind of put their wheel on the Lions there. 12 seconds left.
Now here in this situation, I would back all my defensive backs up.
And Williams throws it and connect. Oh, drop. Number 27, Darius Pritchett dropped it.
Yes, he did.
Willie, I have to say that was 6 all the way there.
Yes, it was. Number 6, the Aaron Riley was on the coverage. And as I tell everyone,
as you said, he was looking at the big numbers, Willie.
yes, that's been happening a lot tonight.
Got behind the coverage.
But anytime you get in this situation, you got to know how much time is on the clock. So you got to know how much time is on the clock. They're going to punt the ball to Williamson.
4 seconds left. This
line
probably is
drive
going to be our last play of the first half, and clock runs out. Jackson downs the ball there. So going into halftime, it's Jackson up 21-6 over Williamson. We're going to go down to the sidelines and check in with Tara Reeves as she gets the Lions head coach, Dedrick Sumter. So we'll check in with her as Coach Sumter's coming off the field there. Had some opportunities, Willie, and Williamson exactly didn't capitalize on a lot of those.
No, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that right now Williamson's just trying to basically get something going. They've been in the game. You get in the red zone. You don't score. Then you turn around, you turn the ball over. I mean, they're just not doing what it is they need to do.
All right, we weren't able to get Coach Sumter. We're going to go to break. Stick with us. We have more for you at halftime. It's the MCPSS Thursday Night High School Kickoff, brought to you by WKRG TV. Welcome back to the MCPSS Thursday Night High School Kickoff, brought to you by WKRG TV. We're at halftime. Jackson up over Williamson 21-6. We'll be talking later about some of the statistics from the first half. But right now, as we told you earlier, we want you to stay with us during halftime. We have a new feature this year. We're going to be featuring some students. Willie, the MCPSS Scholar Student Athlete of the Week. You're a former athlete and student with the Mobile County Public School System. Talk about academics and athletics together and how those play a part, Willie.
They play a major part in your life, and I tell any young person nowadays that doesn't matter what you do on the field, get them books, because without the education, if you get hurt, what you going to do? What's your backup plan?
Right.
I got that from my mom. Mom always said, Junior, get your books. I was always, okay, Mom. And to just add a little personal touch on this story, for me to get to the University of Alabama, I had to go to night school and summer school because I wasn't doing what I needed to do during the regular season.
Took a lot.
And it took a lot for me to get that scholarship.
Okay.
Not only on the field, but it took a lot in the classroom, which had I done my work in class during the year, I could have been like everyone else enjoying my summers. But it didn't work out that way. But, I mean, I got the opportunity of a lifetime to go to the University of Alabama and do something I always dreamed of doing.
Right.
But I preach religiously to people, get your education. That is very
education.
important.
Well, you can't have athletics without academics, because we had the schools first and then you had the sports, and we want to put the spotlight on this week's MCPSS Scholar Student Athlete of the Week, brought to you by Gulf Coast Federal Credit Union. Her name is Denisha McKenzie, and she attends BC Rain. So we have something set up. We're going to show you right now, our MCPSS Scholar Student Athlete of the Week.
I'm honored to be a Scholar Athlete of the Week because, I mean, I knew I could do it, but I never thought I could compete with the other kids, you know.
She's awesome. She's totally awesome. She's actually blossomed. She's followed the steps from when I had her as an 8th grader. She's made all the benchmarks. I'm looking for a great year out of her this year.
All three are my favorite because volleyball is the most fun. But softball, I love that one. But basketball, I gotta go hard in basketball. But I love all three. All three are my favorites. So it's not no this one over this one. All three of them equal because I go hard in all of them. So I love all of them.
She's a great athlete. She's a great student in the classroom, and she carries herself very well around campus.
She's staying on top of her studies. She comes and works out during the summer, all sports. She volunteers. She does everything that's needed to be done to exceed on the next level and be a student athlete for 4 years.
My mom and my dad stay on me about, well, mostly school-wise, but sports-wise also, but school-wise, they make sure me and my sibling, make sure we get our work first. If you don't get your work, you can't play, period. So you gotta do that first.
She's proven for 4 years, 9th through 12th, that she has that staying power to make an impact on someone's university.
Put God first, definitely. You have to go to you have to get your lesson in the Bible. So make sure you have Him as the head of your life. Keep the negatives away from you. Have a positive circle, and make sure you get your schoolwork and go hard in everything you do, and don't let, and you'll be all right.
The MCPSS Scholar Student Athlete of the Week, Denisha McKenzie of BC Rain. She said it best, Willie. If you don't get your work, you don't get to play.
Like she said, you got to go hard in the paint.
You got to go hard in the paint. I like that.
And you hear that so much from young people, and I love how young people they give you that impactful word. And like she said, she go hard in the book, she go hard in the paint.
She kept it real, Willie.
Yeah.
Thanks to also our friends over there at Gulf Coast Federal Credit Union for sponsoring the MCPSS Scholar Student Athlete of the Week. Make sure you stay with us. We're going to have Principal Jeff Torbert from Williamson High School to stop by. And right now, the Marching Aggies of Jackson High School are on the field. It's the MCPSS Thursday night kickoff. Jackson up 21-6 over Williamson. of Jackson High School, the sounds of the marching Aggies of Jackson High School. Stick with us, more halftime action coming your way. It's the MCPSS Thursday Night High School Kickoff, brought to you by WKRG TV.
Look at me, hey.
Raymond, look at Mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe he can't hear us. Maybe we're not stimulating him enough. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Do you have what it takes to be an Envision graduate? We are pioneering students to be all they can be, from 6th grade all the way to 12th grade.
I definitely would recommend Envision to other students who feel the way I feel. They really work with you, and they've gotten tutors, and you have online teachers to talk to.
It starts right here. It starts right now. Envision Virtual Academy. Enroll today.
The Environmental Studies Center is a natural sciences education facility designed to provide unique learning experiences. In addition, wildlife rehabilitation plays a vital role each day at the center. Featuring more than 500 acres of rich woodlands, the center affords teachers, students, and the general public an opportunity to experience firsthand the natural environment. Environmental Studies Center. It starts with us in the Mobile County Public Schools.
Attention educators, the Mobile County Public Schools would like to invite you to the 2016 Academy Conference. Learn from experts ways to integrate the Signature Academy model into your school. Join us February 23rd and 24th at the Renaissance Riverview Plaza Hotel as Academy experts, post-secondary institutions, and businesses discuss how to incorporate this model into your school district. Register early as seating is limited. The 2016 Academy Conference, preparing students to be college and career ready.
Welcome back to halftime. It's the MCPSS Thursday Night High School Kickoff. Right here, brought to you by WKRG TV. Jackson is up over Williamson 21-6. And Willie, we're at halftime right now, and Mobile County Public School System has a lot going on. September is here, and they are pushing attendance. We need all kids at school in September, Willie. Attendance.
If they're not in school, something wrong.
But it's Attendance Awareness Month for the
Yes,
school
it
system,
is.
and they're stressing to the parents, get your children to school this month especially. We're trying to do some big things here with the
Yes,
school system.
I think a lot of it has to do with the funding, because if your kids not there, the schools can't get the total funding. So it's very important at the beginning of the year, not just the beginning, but all year, that you make sure your kids get to school. Now, I understand sometimes kids be like, well, Mom, I can afford to miss it, or I'm busy. But no, make an effort. That's all we're asking. Just make an effort to make sure they get to school, be there on time, and just basically help with the funding, because basically the attendance is how our schools get their funding from the state. So the more children we have in there, the better the funding, the more books, the better the food. So, you know.
September Attendance Awareness Month. Right now we're going to go down to the field and take a look at the Williamson Lions Marching Band. Also, Signature Academies. They're at 12 of Mobile County's public high schools, and the Williamson has one as well. Stick with us. We'll talk about the Williamson High School Academy shortly. Sounds of the Williamson High School Marching Lions. Right now we're going to go look at the Williamson High School Signature Academy.
Williamson High School offers 3 Signature Academy programs for its students. Offerings include Maritime, Engineering, and Entrepreneurship Academies. Each academy is uniquely designed to facilitate the needs of the community and its partners while preparing our students to be college and career ready. The Maritime Academy provides students the opportunity to gain the foundational skills necessary to become master welders. Entrepreneurship Academy students engage with entrepreneurs to learn how to start and maintain a successful business. Engineering Academy students are exposed and apply the principles of engineering to real-world opportunities. Students have many outlets, including embedded activities, extracurricular activities, and extended day activities to enable students to be well-rounded individuals. At Williamson High School, students gain the knowledge and skills needed to pursue optimal careers and occupations. If you want the best education for your child with one-on-one instruction and caring devoted teachers, Williamson High School is the place for you. Great expectations in pursuit of excellence.
Welcome back. Let's go down to the sideline and check in with Tara Reeves. She has a report for us.
Thanks, Al. As you guys were saying earlier, 31 players are dressed out for Williamson, so that means a lot of the players are playing both ways. Williamson has an eating program where they get a meal that's high in protein along with a Gatorade to keep them hydrated so that they're game ready. Back up to you guys.
Thanks, Tara. We appreciate that. It's halftime here at Lab People Stadium. Jackson up over Williamson 21-6. Stay with us. More halftime action coming up. The MCPSS Thursday Night High School Kickoff, brought to you by WKRG TV, continues.
I believe that the quality of education that I received at the Mobile County Public School system, I would give it an A+, an excellent education. And I feel that they prepared me for my future career. I feel that I received not only the fund of knowledge that I need, but the social skills, communication skills that's needed to compete with any other student, not just in Mobile County particularly, but nationwide.
Attention educators, the Mobile County Public Schools would like to invite you to the 2016 Academy Conference. Learn from experts ways to integrate the Signature Academy model into your school. Join us February 23rd and 24th at the Renaissance Riverview Plaza Hotel as Academy experts, post-secondary institutions, and businesses discuss how to incorporate this model into your school district. Register early as seating is limited. The 2016 Academy Conference, preparing students to be college and career ready.
Welcome back to the MCPSS Thursday Night Kickoff. Jackson over Williamson 21-6. Tomorrow night, Willie, I had to correct myself. I had the wrong game. Murphy will be hosting Mary Montgomery here at Ladd, but we will be in Theodore, 7A Region 1, a.k.a. the SEC West. Baker going to visit Theodore tomorrow night, so our good buddies Tim Finnegan and Howard McCain will be down in Theodore. Let's go down to the field right now. We have Tara Reeves with Williamson coach Dedrick Sumter.
Coach, you're going up against a tough Aggie D line. what can we expect to see here in the second half on offense?
Really, you got to respect your opponent, but we beating us. They have not stopped us one time. That's the number 2 team in the state. Do respect, well coached, great athlete, but what are we? We here. We here.
And Jeremy is on fire tonight. He went 6 for 7 in the first quarter, made some huge runs, and he's punting the ball. Is there anything that he can't do?
Better decision. It was 3rd and 3 on a major drive. He threw the bomb when he had the check over the ball. It's his decision making. And I expect a lot from him. This kid is a major player. Him and this kid from Jackson, they battling for the last spot at Louisiana Lafayette. Both of them are being highly recruited.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Terry. We appreciate that. Coach Sumter giving us some not just coach speak. He was keeping it real, Willie.
Very real.
We'll come back and talk about that momentarily. It's the MCPSS Thursday Night Kickoff, brought to you by WKRG-TV.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Thanks for coming in for the interview.
Oh, yeah, of course.
All right, we got your personal references, your resume, high school diploma or equivalent.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Yes, it's right there.
Great.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
Welcome back to the MCPSS Thursday Night High School Kickoff, brought to you by WKRG-TV. Jackson up 21-6 over Williamson. And Willie, we were talking before we went to break there. Coach Sumter of the Lions kind of he let the coach speak go, and I say he spoke from the heart there.
He spoke from more than the heart.
About his quarterback's decision making on that last drive.
Like he said, both of them battling for the last spot, and that shed a lot of insight on something. And when you're being recruited and the other guy from you is being recruited from the same school, you want to have a positive showing. And right now he's not living up to his coach's expectation of what he expects from him. Just like he said, I expect a lot out of him. And, you battling for a scholarship.
Right.
So if you battling for a scholarship, if you want it, you got to go get it. You got to take it.
You could feel that tone in Coach Sumter's voice as he was talking with Terry there. You could. Lions quarterback Jeremy Hickbottom, he went, let's look at the stats. First half, he went 7 for 9, no interceptions. And on the other hand, for Jackson, their quarterback DeMarcus Williams went 3 for 9, no interceptions. Michael Phillips had 2 scores, including that big kickoff return that really set the pace. But then after that, Williamson literally took control of the first quarter, Willie.
Yes, they did. And defensively, Kadarian Handy for Jackson and Daniel Garris having great games. For Williamson, what can I say? William Edridge lowering the boom. He got 2 boom hits in the game. So, hey, and then you got Tyson Patrick, who's just missed everything. And, both of them are playing great games.
Right,
and that's what you like to see from your defensive players.
And it goes back to what you said earlier. The Lions, they've been competitive. They've shot themselves in the foot a few times tonight. They had opportunities in Jackson territory to put some points on the board. And I clearly remember you saying you may not get this chance again. You got to take advantage of it. They didn't in the first quarter there.
Exactly, and that's just basic football 101. You get in the red zone, you got to get points out of it.
Here's our second half kickoff. Looks like Daryl Mitchell Jr. takes that, wrapped up, and he escapes a bit, gets out to the 20-yard line. We talked about the quarterbacks, and we mentioned being recruited. Williamson quarterback Jeremy Hickbottom, he has offers from Liberty, Arkansas State, Georgia Tech. Coach Sumter alluded to it, Louisiana Lafayette, and also quarterback for Jackson, DeMarcus Williams has several offers. Bethune-Cookman, Eastern Kentucky, Tennessee Tech, Grambling, Alabama State, Southern, and being recruited by Southern Miss and Louisiana Lafayette. That's a Sun Belt school as well.
Yes, it is.
So,
Coach Jones could be up here watching.
You never know. You never know. Speaking of Coach Jones, the Jags will be here Saturday hosting Gardner-Webb here at opening up their college season here at Lab People. I must say the field looks great. All the graphics on the field look good for South Alabama's first game coming up this weekend.
Man, how big of a thrill is it for high school athletes to play on a college field like this? Also, Senior Bowl plays here, so I mean, it's a big thrill for these young men.
Go Daddy Bowl as well. I would say it is. Growing up a native Mobilian myself and going to Senior Bowl year after year, and you see I remember when it was Dale Shamps and the Food World Senior Bowl as the sponsors changed throughout the years. But now with South Alabama having their, if you want to call it their home stadium, their name on it, it adds a little extra pop to it, Willie.
Yes,
I mean,
it
you
does.
look around the stadium and the end zones cover South Alabama, the Jaguars. So it's a good look. I think it's a real good look for the city and the community as well. So it's got to mean a lot for these kids to play on the same field as they know future NFL and CFL players are playing here.
Yes, because I did come back and play in the Senior Bowl, and it was an experience.
I'm sure. We'll talk about that later on as we get into the broadcast more. Williamson, 1st and 10 from the 20, down 21-6. Let's see if those words Coach Sumter shared in the locker room made a difference for the young quarterback there. Hits Daryl Mitchell out on the flat there. He turns around the edge and gets a nice, significant gain.
Tyler Abston on the tackle. They used one timeout. So now Williamson has 2 left in the half.
We'll see if Coach Sumter will keep those guarded a little better as the game moves on here in the second half. Ball.
And it's a well-designed play. Well designed. And the execution was excellent by Williamson.
Ball on the 36-yard line. The line to get is the 46 for the first down. Hickbottom looks around, steps back in, and runs right into 2 Aggies wrapped up.
And right now, I understand what Coach is saying about his decision-making. As a quarterback, you need to know whether or not everybody's running the play right. You need to be able to stop your cadence and understand that you have to get everybody lined up.
You are the leader.
And it's hard for a lot of young quarterbacks to realize that, hey, I got the right to tell people where to go. You want to be liked by your teammates, but you want to be sure.
Hickbottom throws incomplete and picked off. Looks like number
26.
26 for the Aggies, and he is into the end zone. It is a touchdown. Jackson. Hickbottom picked off.
Jalen Jackson.
Number 26. You called his name early in the first half. And he has gotten on the board. Jackson back in the end zone.
It's a deflected pass. Matter of fact, by Mr. Kadarian Handy.
You've mentioned his name a few times tonight.
Which it turns into a hustle play.
I'm sure he's disappointed in himself for missing out on that interception in the first half there, but he made up with the batted ball to his teammate.
Yep. Deflection, hustle, linebacker running up the field, catches one, and gets an opportunity to score. Something most defensive players don't get a chance to do.
Jackson up 28-6 over Williamson. We'll be right back. More action. It's the MCPSS Thursday night high school kickoff. Brought to you by WKRG-TV.
Do you have what it takes to be an Envision graduate? We are pioneering students to be all they can be, from 6th grade all the way to 12th grade.
I definitely would recommend Envision to other students who feel the way I feel. They really work with you, and they've gotten tutors, and you have online teachers to talk to.
It starts right here. It starts right now. Envision Virtual Academy. Enroll today.
Welcome back to Ladd Stadium. It's the MCPSS Thursday night high school kickoff. Jackson back on the board quickly. 28-6. That's almost, if you could call it, maybe a payback for one of those touchdowns Williamson snuck in on Jackson early in the first half there, Willie.
Yeah, right now Williamson needs to just take control of the game, start ball controlling, and get a good drive down the field.
Kicks out of bounds. Let's go down to the sidelines to Tara Reeves and check in with her.
Thanks, Al. I spoke with Jeremy during the break about what it was going to take to get the win tonight. He said they had to execute. During practice all week, they have been trying to find the open spaces and eliminate turnovers. There's a lot of game left to play, so let's see what the Lions can do. Guys.
Thanks, Tara. She just talked about eliminating turnovers. That was the first turnover of the night, that interception that Hickbottom threw there. So didn't put the Williamson Lions in a good spot there.
The wave game. Team. First down.
Delay a game on Jackson. Moves the ball up to the 35-yard line.
Kicking the ball out of bounds.
So that is the penalty for doing that. And Williamson, good field position. Let's see if Hickbottom can recover. Down 28-6. See if they can get some things going here on offense. Steps back and tosses out to number 3 there. On the pass, Brandon Agee, 5'10", 200 pounds. He gets a yard or two for the Lions.
Number 32. Ty Sims.
Check that, no gain on the play. Ball still on 35, 2nd and 10.
Mr. Sims on the tackle.
Mr. Sims.
Yes, Mr. Sims.
AG in motion. Hands off the Portlock. He's the horse for the Lions. Look at him. Keeps those legs moving, Willie.
Yes, he is. A flag on the play. You're going to have a face mask. Add tack on 15 to it.
Opportune time for the Williams to get some, the Lions to get some extra yardage there on the penalty. Here's a look at the replay.
I mean, if you watch him after contact, they yak. His legs are rolling.
His legs are moving. Yards after contact, nothing like that yak.
That's why that young man is being sought after.
See, he's headed to West Point. He's committed. So smart fella there. That moves the ball up to the 50. Williamson received that gift from the Aggies with the face mask. Let's see if they can do with it. Toss out to Darryl Mitchell Jr. Bar down, no gain.
Virtually at some point, I feel like, and this is just from a spectator standpoint, Williamson need to start throwing the ball up the field.
I was wondering when you were going to say that.
They work in East and West, but I think right now they really need to start throwing the ball downfield. Because East and West is good looking for that one tackle to be broken, but you really need to, at some point, start throwing the ball down the field.
Hickbottom steps back. Looks down the middle, incomplete.
Well, evidently someone heard me.
I think he heard you. Willie. 2nd and 10. See who he was intended it to. Look, Darryl Mitchell floated a little high there.
Ball was intended for number 1, Darryl Mitchell, who's 5'8". having a 6'5" quarterback throw to him.
Yeah, that one floated. Went a little high on the young man there.
I think on the expression on his face when he saw the ball go up was like, really?
3rd and 10 for the Lions. Trying to get into Aggies territory. Trips to the right. There's a screen for Portlock, and it's incomplete.
I think at some point they need to stop running these screens, just as a spectator standpoint. Because after a while, what's going to end up happening is that one guy going to come loose and the rest of the linemen going to wait for that play to keep continuing to unfold. And right now what Williamson's trying to do, because they're getting so much penetration, they're trying to slow some of that penetration down.
4th and 10. Hickbottom back to punt for the Lions. Appears as if they're going to down it at about 32 or 33-yard line.
Actually, it's the 27.
I'm sorry. You're right. 27. Got to check my glasses there, Willie.
We need some binoculars.
Some games taking place tomorrow. Blunt, Daphne, we talked about that earlier. Rain and St. Paul's. That'll be a good one. Rain made the playoffs last year. Surprised a lot of folks. Viger, Escambia County. That'll be a region game. Citronelle and LaFleur up in Pritchard. They're playing that one. There's a handoff. Flags all on the field.
Turnover. Fumble recovered by Deuce, number 22.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Tyson Patrick.
Those are the beanbags on the field.
Oh, yeah, beanbags.
Here's another opportunity for the Lions. Deep into Aggies territory.
If it's me, I'm going for the gusto.
You giving it to Portlock?
Go deep.
Maybe it'll be deep to Portlock. We'll see.
Go deep.
They've been connecting a lot tonight. He's also connected with Mitchell a few times as well. So Hickbottom back.
I'd go deep simply because the fact is after a turnover, and that's when you catch defensive back slipping.
Tosses out to Hickbottom, and he is wrapped up by a swarm of Aggies. Wow, nothing but white jerseys around him.
Number 9 once more, Tyler Abston. You gotta help your back out. Right now, you just swinging the ball to him, expecting him to make all the guys miss. You got to start throwing the ball vertical and completing some vertical passes, because when you start completing the vertical passes, then you open up more room for Portlock.
Yeah, that was not the time for that one right there. The Aggies jumped right on it.
Anytime you coming off.
Hickbottom gets it out. Number 18, well, I'm sorry, 16, Christopher Knight. Let me check that, number 18. Roger McCreary Jr. on the reception there.
Mr. McCreary. Thing is, what you liked his decision-making process on that. He tucked the ball, got out of trouble.
He did.
Then he looked up and got it out to his back so he wouldn't have to take the hit. But the thing is, they need to throw the ball vertical right now.
Right, at 6:57 left. You got to get on the board.
You got to get on the board.
3rd and 13 for Williamson. Still driving to get a first down right now to keep this drive alive. Hickbottom wrapped up close to the original line of scrimmage where they recovered the fumble from Jackson a few plays ago.
His old line is not giving him much time right now.
But it is 4th and 13 and decision time for Coach Sumter and the Lions. They haven't attempted a field goal tonight. When they've had situations like this, they've gone for it. So I would expect for them to go for this one as well.
Number 51, Daniel Garrison on the tackle, as well as number 4, Joshua Carpenter.
4th and 11 from the 27. Hickbottom looking for a receiver, rolls out of the pocket to his right. He's found someone. He lofts it up, toss it up, interception in the end zone. Number 11 for Jackson, Ken Handy. How many times have you said his name tonight, Will?
Yep, he's been around the ball, and that's what you like to see from your safety. But right there, he threw up a floater. And when you throw the ball up as a quarterback, when you're running, he just didn't have enough on it.
Right.
If he had just set his feet a second.
Blocked in the back on Williamson. Penalties declined. It'll be first down going this way.
Basically an interception that is equivalent to a 10-yard punt.
Pretty much, because Jackson's getting the ball at the 20, so Williamson just threw it up there to see if they could try to make something happen. Incomplete interception. Well, Handy gets the interception he missed earlier when he tried to capitalize on one, Willie.
Yeah, but that one that you miss, it sticks.
We've been talking about Handy a lot. He's been offered by Kentucky, Vanderbilt, and Troy. So he's got some big schools looking at him there.
Oh, yeah. Right now is a timeout. Williamson really needs his heat timeout right now. They do. And because they need this heat timeout, I mean, with 31 players and your defense been on the field most of the game, you need it.
You need that. One thing to say, no major injuries. We had Edward Scott the fourth went out. Someone stepped on his ankle. That's about it. So that's good to report for a team when you have low numbers like that.
Yeah.
So far, Williamson's tried to be competitive in the game, but as the coach talked about and you said, it's those decisions that's coming back to haunt them. Those small screen plays that aren't developing and trying to get the pass up the middle, and it's not working out very well for him. Jackson takes over, 1st and 10 on the 20, commanding lead 28-6. DeMarcus Williams trying to escape, and they wrap him up. Williamson, the Lions playing hard, still got the heart in it.
Yes, they do.
Back to the 5-yard line. They push him back 15 yards. Great play there for the Lions.
Sacked by number 72. Well, no, let me take that back. By number 10, Alex Cole.
Aggies are backed up to the goal line.
They're going to run the ball at this point.
There's the handoff up the middle. That frees up a lot of room. Number 20 for the Aggies, Greg Jackson.
I think I stepped into coach's mode, D.
You did. They're going to run the ball here.
And when you watch enough football, you just go with tendencies of what most coaches do when they're on the 5-yard line. They don't want to drop back and throw it, give a defense an opportunity for a safety. So,
as Williams on the move, tipped out of bounds, incomplete.
Tipped by number 22, Tyson Patrick. That's an active young man. Very active young man. Someone needs to be looking at this young man because his hustle he's been all over the place.
He has. You've called his name a few times tonight, Willie. 4th and 11.
He's recovered a fumble, couple of sacks. I mean, the young man is playing his heart out.
The Lions held the Aggies there, so Jackson punts. Calls for the fair catch. Let's go down to the sideline and check in with Tara Reeves.
Thanks, Al. Now, Williamson has had some tough games early on, including tonight. They're playing the number 2 seed in 5A, and Coach Sumter said before the game he likes playing the difficult teams early, so that way they can make the necessary adjustments so they're ready for playoffs. Guys?
Thanks, Tara. We appreciate that. Coach Sumter, he did talk about that earlier. I was down on the sideline. He said we played the big boys first 2 weeks. We had Williamson, we had Blunt, Now we're playing number 2 Jackson, so they're not scared. You know, it's a numbers game too, Willie. 31
Yes,
players, and got a lot of them playing both ways. It's tough.
Yeah, but I think a lot of it has to do with, you know, if you watch what's happening right now, just like on that last play, we got an injured player for Jackson who's rolling around. He finally gets up.
Gets up there.
And what you got, what you're seeing right now is that you have a lot of players that's not really understanding what it is they need to do to win. And like I told you at the beginning of the show, it starts in the trenches. When your quarterback doesn't have time and he's running around like a chicken with his head cut off because he's trying to give himself some times.
Trying to survive.
He's just trying to survive right now.
Second down, hands off to Adrian Portlock. He barrels forward for a few yards.
And, I mean, it comes down to a lot of times you have to take that pride. Because it's not about a lot of people, a lot of young men grow up because they see the touchdowns. They see the quarterback getting all the glory, his name, and the wide receivers catching touchdown. The glory really is not in the touchdowns. The glory is, as they used to call them back in the day, the hog mollies.
Down in the trenches.
Down in the trenches.
Hands off to number 18. And he is brought down immediately. Look, that's McCreary. Met behind the line of scrimmage, Willie.
And right now what you're seeing is Jackson now is imposing their will. You can look at the body language of the Williamson Lions, and right now they need a pick-me-up.
4th and 6. Another opportunity squandered by the Lions there. Great field position in Jackson's territory, and not able to get into the end zone. 4th down, Hickbottom back to punt.
One of the reasons why a lot of teams spread out.
Fair catch call by number 9.
One of the reasons why a lot of teams spread out in punt formation is to take the pressure off the punter. It started like about, if I'm not mistaken, about 5 years ago where everybody just basically spread out their punt team like a kickoff team. Because now you got everybody man on man.
You
just can't overload one side and say, okay, I got 8 over here, you got 4. See how many you can block.
Jackson takes over, and look, there he is again. Michael Phillips takes the ball at the 12, and he is not stopping. 20, 15, 10, 5. That is a Jackson Aggies touchdown, Willie. Looked reminiscent to the kickoff. You were just talking about punt coverage and kickoff coverage there. And Phillips takes it to the house.
And Phillips was having a ball game tonight.
He is. Just a junior, 5'7", 170. I think he's going to have some folks knocking at his door this season, getting ready for next year, get him to commit.
Yeah, 5'7". Look cannonball. Because that's how he shot through that hole.
He did.
He hit the sideline, and after that, it was adios amigos. Miller, point after attempt. Good.
Up and good. Jackson up 35-6. We'll be right back here watching the MCPSS Thursday night high school kickoff. Brought to you by WKRG TV.
That kind of scared me.
We're back. The MCPSS Thursday night high school kickoff. Jackson up 35-6 over Williamson. Will, I was just sitting here shaking my head saying, my. That Phillips hit the hole, took off, and Looks like the game's getting out of reach here for Williamson tonight, Willie.
Yeah, a little pocket rocket.
Cannonball, they said.
Yeah, that too.
Back to take the kickoff for Williamson. Darrell Mitchell and Adrian Portlock Jr.
Right now, for Williamson, it's a matter of pride. They're not out of the game. I mean, honestly, they can score 4 touchdowns within the next quarter and 2 minutes.
It could happen. There's Roger McCurry Jr. with the kickoff return. And there's the flag.
Run out of bounds. Flag on number 11.
Comes out to about 35. Looks like that may be a late hit there.
Kadarian Handy. Mr. Handy. Mr. Handy then dropped an interception.
He did get one.
Caused an interception. Then he received an interception.
We have a dead ball, personal foul, lead hit out of bounds on the white team. It'll be first down Williamson.
Then he gets a personal foul.
Personal foul. That's the big
He's
15.
trying to cover all the bases tonight.
Yes. That's the big 15-yarder. And Willie, if I was just cutting the TV on now and I looked at the score and I saw 35-6, I would probably say, wow, Williamson is just not in this game. But if you've been with us from the beginning, this is about their normal field position for starting. They just haven't taken advantage of the situation. They're at the 50 once again.
And if you look at the score, it doesn't show what's happened tonight.
No, not reflective, not at all.
Jackson's had a lot of big plays.
There's another flag. Portlock throwing his hands up. Maybe sign a little frustration there on his part.
No, I think he was thinking it was on the defense.
Replay first down.
But when your wide out takes off up the field before the ball snap, that's against your team.
That is. Let's take it back 5 yards to the 45. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Lions.
But it's just like Coach said at halftime. They shooting themselves in the foot. Turnovers, penalties. And I mean, you just have to you have to do better.
There's a handoff to Portlock. Doing a little juking, a little moving, keeping those legs moving. Up to the 45.
Portlock is a player. He is a player.
He is. Into Aggies territory. Number 26 was down for Jackson, but he stretches it out and gets up there.
Cramping. Jalen Jackson, who earlier caught an interception and ran it for a touchdown, deflection. I mean, you see flashes of brilliance in this team. This is a talented team from Williamson. They're a talented team. They just got to quit making mistakes.
2nd and 5 on the Aggies 45. The Lions moving, trying to get on the board. And Higgbottom brought down number 51 on the sack there for Jackson.
I promise you, Daniel Garris is earning a scholarship tonight. He's been in that backfield quite a lot tonight.
Yes, he is.
If I'm not mistaken, he has 3 sacks so far. So
puts the Lions back into their territory. 3rd and 12. Ball at the 48-yard line of Williamson. Don't know how many times we've said it tonight, but shooting themselves in the foot once again. Willie. Missed opportunities for the Lions.
Yeah. And I think
that's the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll be back with more 4th quarter action. You're watching the MCPSS Thursday Night High School Kickoff, brought to you by WKRG TV.
They just
MCPSS Thursday night high school kickoff brought to you by WKRG TV. While we were away, Williamson did not get the first down. Hickbottom back to punt and kicks off to Tyler Abston there. He lets it roll, and it's going to be downed at about the 16-yard line. Fourth quarter upon us. Jackson up 35-6 over Williamson. You alluded to it last quarter, Willie. Score not exactly indicative of, say, field position and what's really been happening. If you look deep into the numbers, Williamson's had opportunities, just have not capitalized.
Yes, they had plenty of opportunities, but they've been shooting themselves in the foot all night.
Been in the red zone many times, but came away empty-handed. DeMarcus Williams back for the Aggies, tosses it out. Looks like number 23, Michael Phillips there on the reception, or we'll check that.
And number 23, James Brown. Hit me.
There's the Willie I know. Nice contingent from Jackson to come down from Clark County to witness their Aggies play tonight. Couple banners up in the up in the stand. So they didn't bring 4 or 5. They brought a good bunch down from Clark County to support the Jackson Aggies. Williams hands off to number 13, Mac. Couldn't quite turn the corner there. Jamaski and Chapman.
You watch the body language of Williamson, and those young men are tired right now. Defensively, they're tired. But they're still playing hard, and that's what you like to see when you have guys playing both ways.
Yeah, that's big. I know that's big on your plate, playing competitive and sticking it out.
To me, football is more or less like war. Now, many veterans, Army veterans or military people get mad when you say that because they say, well, you can't lose your life in football, which
Williams
you can.
brought down.
But it's just like anything. When you're doing your strategy, just like my old defense coach said, Bill Oliver, football is like war. If they know where you are, they're going to bomb the crap out of you. So, and I mean, if you saw earlier, Jackson started bombing the crap out of Williams.
They did.
And you make adjustments as coaches, but you also have to make adjustments as players. And I think right now with this team, it's a growing pain with this team right now.
Yeah.
Because they look at the numbers across the field, and somehow the coaching staff has to find a way to motivate these kids to say, hey, just because they have numbers, they can only put 11 on the field.
11 on the field at a time.
So
hat on the hat.
That's it.
Yep, hat on the hat.
That means if you know you playing both ways and that guy over there got a backup, that means in practice you work that much harder.
Extra hard.
Yeah.
1st and 10, Williamson, great field position again at the Aggies' 30-yard line. Let's see if they can get on the board. I know another one of your pet peeves is playing with that pride, Willie, and this is the time to get some points on the board here. 9 minutes left in the 4th quarter. I mean, you could make this respectable as well.
Try to win it. Forget respect. Win it. I'm serious.
Get
Just
out
win
there
it.
and win it. Hick bottom back. He throws incomplete.
Great sportsmanship by number 24 for the Aggies.
That's good.
Adrian Foster, after he knocked down Hick Bottom, he reached out his hand to help him up.
That's a good look.
That's a good look.
Absolutely. Good sportsmanship.
Hick Bottom ain't want to have no ends of it.
2nd and 10. Porklock moving out the backfield there, and I've seen that play a lot tonight. I think your term is called Coach don't call that one anymore, Willie.
Yeah.
Hickbottom, no gain there.
Yeah, and I mean, right now they're searching for something that's going to work. And right now, honestly, they need to start throwing the ball vertically. Quarterback draws, swing passes can only take you so far in the game.
Only so far.
It's only so far. You need to start pressing, throwing the ball. You have the athletes.
That's true. That is true. Speaking of athletes, some notable professional players right now. Former Williamson Lion, Auburn Tiger, Antonio Coleman. He's up in the CFL playing with the Hamilton Tiger Cats. He's nursing a torn Achilles. And Nick Fairley.
Yeah.
Traded over the season, this past season, to St. Louis Rams playing in the NFL. These are both Williamson alums. So there's talent here in the area. Hickbottom down, and he's writhing with pain there.
He's brought down hard.
Take a look at
Daniel
the replay.
Garris has 5 sacks tonight.
That's huge.
He has 5 sacks. And I think the polishing tackles by number 24, Adrian Foster, I think that was the one that knocked the wind out of him.
They've got the training staff down there taking a look at Hickbottom. Want you to know what's happening in Mobile County Public Schools, or you want to know what's happening, follow us on Facebook and Twitter for school news, spotlights on our students and what they are doing in the classroom, as well as weather alerts. Check out our new website, The Wire, on mcpss.com. Also, the superintendent is on Twitter. Follow her at SuperPeak. Stick with us. We'll be back. You're watching the MCPSS Thursday Night High School Kickoff, brought to you by WKRG TV.
Do you have what it takes to be an Envision graduate? We are pioneering students to be all they can be, from 6th grade all the way to 12th grade.
I definitely would recommend Envision to other students who feel the way I feel. They really work with you, and they've gotten tutors, and you have online teachers to talk to.
It starts right here. It starts right now. Envision Virtual Academy. Enroll today.
The more parents are involved in school, the more likely it is a child will succeed. Children with involved parents and attend school regularly make better grades and have better social skills. Every involved parent makes a difference.
Get involved. Ask about your child's day. Explain how your education matters. Parent involvement, it matters.
You can find more information on parent involvement at mcpss.com.
Welcome back to the MCPSS Thursday Night High School Kickoff. Hickbottom steps out of the game. 4th and 25. Williamson going to be punting now. We're going to go down to the sidelines, check in with Tara Reeves.
Thanks, Al. Williamson's offensive coordinator, Coach Davis, said he knew tonight they were going up against a tough Aggie defense, but at this point, they just need to convert in the red zone. They've got a quarter to go. We'll see if they can make a run. Guys.
Thanks, Tara. That was Adrian Portlock with the punt there, Willie. It went straight up, came straight down, but got a great roll.
He got a line roll on that one.
Great roll.
Yeah, Al. The line roll.
Look like one of my drives off the top of my 3-wood. Straight up, straight. Great roll down the fairway. 35-6, Jackson up over Williamson. We're live at Lab People Stadium in Mobile. And it appears as if we may have a quarterback change for Jackson. Nope. Oh, we may have. That's number 6 in the backfield for Jackson. Taking the snap there, Willie.
Yep. And number 15.
Cooper Christian.
And number 15 for Williamson on the tackle. Andrew Nettles.
Looks like Coach Powell has set down Mr. Williams for the night.
I mean, right now, when you're this far ahead, you don't want any unnecessary injuries. as we see in so many games when teams are up with big leads, they lead their starters in, then a crucial injury happens, then you're without that player for the rest of the season.
Right. And with Jackson getting ready to host St. Paul's next week, St. Paul's the number 1 team in the state. They're hosting BC Rain. I'm sorry, I think St. Paul's going down to Tremere. They'll be playing BC Rain tomorrow, but next week they'll be traveling up to Jackson. So if St. Paul's can win, that's going to set up a good rematch. Region play number 1, playing number 2. So you could see his logic of resting his quarterback, not having any injuries to occur. So let Mr. Cooper come in and get him some experience, will he?
Yep. And also he's also subbed in Jamaskin Chapman. Mac.
Looks like Mr. Michael Phillips and Greg Jackson are getting them some water on the sideline.
Drinking some ice cold lemonade.
Ball game in complete control by the Aggies, up 35-6 over Williamson. Mac brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Right now you got the backups going, Coach, put me in, Coach.
May have an official's timeout here. Let's take a look. Yeah, official's timeout. We'll be right back. You're watching the MCPSS Thursday Night High School Kickoff, brought to you by WKRG TV.
Your vehicle is not a toy. It's a responsibility. Don't text and drive.
Welcome back to the MCPSS Thursday Night High School Kickoff. I'm Al Wheaton, joined in the booth by my partner, Willie Gaston. Jackson up over Williamson 35-6. Willie, I know you've been waiting all year. We're back in the booth. Thursday night football. How do you feel? Season's upon us. How you feeling right now?
I'm so excited. I just can't hide it.
You've been waiting, huh?
Yeah, I've been waiting on this, man. Baseball, golf, tennis, just not a contact for me.
Just not the same, huh?
Nah, just not the same.
Just not the same.
I love this time of year. You can smell the artificial turf, the rubber pellets.
That's true. That's true.
You can't say grass no more.
That is true. That is true.
Just depending on where you are, you know?
Absolutely.
And, I just love football.
Let's take a look at some of the games going on tomorrow. Blunt and Daphne, that's going to be a good one. There's Rain and St. Paul's, Region 1 5A matchup. Viger and Escambia County. That's going to be a good one as well.
Central LaFleur.
Out of action, Bryan and Foley.
Exactly. It's going to be a lot of high school football action. Davis and Spanish Fort, that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, 7A, 6A game, but it's still going to be a good one, though.
Mary G. and Murphy.
My
alma mater.
That's your alma mater. And don't forget, tomorrow night we're going to be broadcasting the Baker Theodore game. Our good buddies Tim Finnegan and Howard McCain will be on the call, so make sure you check them out as well right here on The Wire at MCPSS TV. 5:44 left in the fourth quarter. Jackson up 35-6 over Williamson. And Coach Danny Powell going into the depth chart there, getting some of the second and third stringers in, let them get some experience.
As I said, right now, a lot of these players going, Coach, put me in.
Across the middle, and Bobble not brought in.
Number 88.
Like number 88.
William Johnson.
Let's check in right now with Tara Reeves on the injury report for Williamson there.
Thanks, Al. It appears that Jeremy has a muscle strain in his left shoulder. They've taken his pads off, and they're icing him down. No word on whether he'll return or not, but he's definitely been a playmaker in this game, so that could be detrimental to the Lions. Guys.
Thank you, Terry. We appreciate that. Looks like Hickbottom may be done for tonight.
Nah, I think he's done.
He'll be done for tonight there. Willie?
Yep.
Big weekend going on, Willie. We've gotten our Thursday night kickoff, first game of the year, but got a lot of college action kicking off this weekend.
Roll Tide, baby, roll Tide.
I had a feeling that was coming, Willie. But we talked about the Jags opening up, Auburn opening up, Alabama. Some games going on tonight as well. So
it's beautiful.
And then you know what happens next week, Willie? NFL football action. So this is a great time of the year, man.
I can smell the hot wings now.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah, it's that time of the year. So we're glad you joined us.
The spin dip, man, I'm telling the celery sticks. I'm telling you, man, you just don't know.
I don't. But I will be ready.
This is an awesome time. I mean, football season is a time of year where you can enjoy great food, great drink, your buddies.
Food, fun, and fellowship.
That's it.
And football. Can't beat it.
And food.
Can't beat it. He's saying food. Well, hey, like they say, you got my number. Hook a brother up. Call me. Don't eat all the chicken by yourself, Willie.
Nah, I like to share.
Looks like we may have a timeout here.
Yeah, heat timeout. 5 minutes to go in the final quarter.
There's some of the Williamson faithful there on the sidelines. Good turnout for the game tonight. We appreciate everyone coming out and also tuning in to watch us. Did you know that 12 Mobile County Public Schools have been recognized with the highest award given out by the U.S. Department of Education? 7 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and 3 high schools have received the National Blue Ribbon. That's a good thing right here in Mobile County Public School System.
I promise you, I thought you were finna say the Blue Bell.
You know they're back in the shelves now. So
I know, and that's for summer. I saw blue, and I thought of Blue Bell ice cream. But I just thought of it.
Well, Willie, sound like you may be ready to get some dinner there. Hand off to Portlock. He's taking over as quarterback here. Pretty much just running this Wildcat with Hickbottom out of the game. See a familiar face on the sideline, on the Williamson sideline there. Looks like School Board Commissioner Mr. Robert Battles.
Mr. Battles.
Had opportunity to meet the principal for Jackson before the game, and he was very appreciative that we had him down and they had a good trip down. But one of the things he said he liked most about this trip, Willie, it's an away game. He doesn't have to do anything but sit back and enjoy. No responsibilities at all.
When you the principal of a high school and your team is playing at home, you're responsible for a lot of things.
He said, man, they have me working all the time. He said, but nights like tonight, I like it. I can get away and just relax. So.
Yep, that's a night where there's a lot of activity, a lot of responsibility as a principal.
Absolutely.
And, I mean, it's a lot of responsibilities for these coaches, you know.
Well, Willie, with 35-6, looks like Williamson probably will be going down here. What do you think Coach Sumter's going to be talking to his kids about this upcoming week?
Just continuing to play hard. I mean, honestly, they were in this game.
They were.
And the thing is, you can't become, as a player, you can't become a fan knowing that your running back is good and sit up there, block 1,000, 1,002, then let your man go and stand there and watch.
Right.
You can't do that, and that's what you're seeing out of a lot of Williamson's linemen. They're not holding their blocks. They're not moving their feet. And as a spectator, too, and I'm often critical on a lot of things because I played the game, but the thing is, as a coach, you have to put your players in the best situation. Not saying that coach didn't, because he's done a great job with these young men. A great job.
Oh, he has.
And, I mean, they're playing hard constantly. But I think sometimes during the game they need to start adding a little vertical game to their offense.
Yeah, they do. We talked about Jackson having St. Paul's next week, and Williamson's going to be traveling out to match up with Faith Academy next week. So they still have some work to do, searching for that first win of the season, and that'll be a region game as well for them. So they'll have to regroup and try it again next Friday out at Faith Academy. Jackson back on the field, ball over on downs there. Christian Cooper hands it off. So Willie enjoyed your first Thursday night kickoff, 2015.
Oh, yes, thoroughly. I missed it. I was looking forward to it. And
I know you have.
Yeah. And we also at Mullinex Ford would like to thank Willie Gaster for being here tonight.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug. Well, yeah, man, we've been looking forward to it. We thank everyone for joining us, our good friends over at WKRG TV for having us aboard once again. Thanks for watching us and being with us. We got Tara Reeves on the sidelines.
Thank you, Tara.
MCPSS Scholar Athlete of the Week. A lot of things in store this season for MCPSS
Alex
Thursday Night
Cole
Football.
on that tackle.
Clock winding down here, 2:39. You think the Aggies are going to just run this out or have some sportsmanship and just sit on it with them?
I think pretty much they're just going to run their offense. And the thing was hard is when you put your backups in telling them not to score.
I think we had another quarterback change, number 14, David Brown Jr. in now.
Yes, and he's just getting his players some playing time.
It is tough. And here's Mr. Cooper back. They swapped out. Yeah, it is tough. The backups get in. They want to shine too, Willie. They want to get their star. But at the end of the day, you don't want to, belittle your competition and do it like that. So, minute 56, look like they're probably just going to keep this on the ground and run the clock out there.
Trust me, as an opponent, when you're ahead, you go to Alabama football. You do. That's what I call it.
I got you.
When I played, Coach Stallings didn't believe in blowing nobody out.
Mm-hmm.
We were called the original cardiac kids. Average games won by 7 points or less.
Oh, yeah.
And as a player, you sitting there going, man, come on, coach.
Not come on, man. Come on, coach.
Like, come on, coach. I know we could blow somebody out.
Cooper brought down, sacked by the Lions there.
Number 20. There we go. Number 23.
Approaching 90 seconds remaining in the game tonight.
Number 23, James Brown. I feel you.
Yeah, Jackson just letting that clock tick down. No big rush. 24 seconds left on the game clock, so this will probably be close to one of the last plays we're going to have here.
Well, I can say one thing. I mean, Coach from Jackson, he's called off, as we'd say, called off the dogs.
Called off the dogs, yeah.
He just want to just get out of here, take the W, and just get on his bus and head back.
Takes a time out there. 26 seconds remaining in the game.
4th down. Think they're going to run one play. Williamson have an opportunity to get the ball back.
Our next Thursday night broadcast will be September 24th. Charles Henderson from Troy will be coming down to take on Davidson. So that'll be our next Thursday MCPSS high school kickoff, September 24th. Charles Henderson comes down. We'll get a look at the Davidson Warriors. Well, I've enjoyed it, Willie. Looking forward to it.
I've been looking forward to this all day.
Just today.
Well, actually for a while.
I know.
But also, at Mullinex Ford, we do have 0% financing on all Fords.
Stop it.
So if you ever want to come out to Mullinex Ford Airport, feel free. And ask for Willie Gaston.
Most importantly, huh? Shameless plug. Shameless plug. You have been waiting all summer for this. Yes, you have. But I must say, like I said earlier, I'm glad no major injuries. Hickbottom had to get out with his muscle strain, but I'm sure he'll probably recover from that. So
yes, I mean, ice stem. I mean, training staffs on both teams are great.
Fumble snap there. Absolutely.
And now.
Stop the clock momentarily. Let's see.
For the last 20 seconds
Last
on
20
the clock.
seconds here. Ball changes over on downs. So it looks like Williamson will go to 0-3, and Jackson will move to 2-0 as they prepare to host St. Paul's next week up in Jackson. Having this Thursday game gives them an extra day to prepare.
Yes, it does.
And rest, too. So,
but also, Williamson has no reason to hang their heads.
Oh, no.
They were in this game. If they can clear up the mistakes, they'll be fine.
Absolutely. They'll be.
And I mean, right now it's growing pains for this club because you got a lot of juniors, freshmen, sophomores on this squad, which who's to say they may not turn it around?
Yeah, and they'll learn from this. They need this experience. They'll learn from it.
Because they were in the game. And I think right now we're just going to take a knee.
Smart thing to do. No use of running anything, get someone hurt, or one little freak play or anything. Looks like that's going to wrap it up. Jackson comes down to Mobile and gets the victory over Williamson, 35-6 in this Region 1 matchup. Jackson Aggies on top. That's our final. Jackson 35, Williamson 6 for the MCPSS Thursday night kickoff, brought to you by WKRG, our first broadcast of the year. We're going to try to check in with Miss Tara Reeves, see if she can get in contact with Coach Danny Powell, the winning coach tonight.
And right now, just like I said, teams showing great sportsmanship, meeting out in midfield. I mean, it was a hard-fought game, and you like to see it when everybody can congratulate everybody on a good competitive game.
That's right. That is right. That's our score tonight. Jackson wins 35-6. Overall, that's the fourth time they faced each other, and Jackson has won every game so far. So they're 4-0. 4-0 against Williamson. Stick with us. We'll be right back. It's the MCPSS Thursday night high school kickoff, brought to you by WKRG TV. Welcome back to the MCPSS Thursday night high school kickoff. Willie, that wraps it up tonight. Jackson on top 35-6. As we think about some of those Willie wisdom nuggets you gave us at the beginning, they kind of held true.
Yes, they did. I mean, Jackson really, if you want to go to it, Jackson really didn't get out too fast, but they started imposing their will in the second quarter. They got up to an early lead, then turned around in the second half. They were able to rest some of their starters for St. Paul's. Williamson, on the other hand, they couldn't maintain the drive.
Right.
They had turnovers. And the main thing was they came out of it with minimal injuries. Quarterback, strained muscle in the shoulder. But that's something Ice and Stem could take care of.
He can recover from that, right.
But for the most part, Williamson has some work to do. Jackson, on the other hand, they want revenge next week.
Oh, yeah, they do. They do.
So, I mean, you just got to look at it two ways. Jackson did what they needed to do to win. Just like Coach said, Williamson had all the big guys first.
They did.
So it's a learning experience, and they just can only get better from this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jackson definitely came and imposed their will and did what they needed to do. And like you said, they didn't get out too fast, but they wanted to play that way to kind of keep Williamson off the field. But, you know, at some points, Williamson had opportunities, got into the red zone a few times, just could not capitalize for whatever reason.
And when you get into the red zone like that and you have opportunities in football, it's just like I told you earlier, you got to get those opportunities in when you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we appreciate you joining us tonight as we kicked off the MCPSS Thursday night high school football kickoff, brought to you by WKRG TV. We enjoyed it. We'll be back September 24th as Charles Henderson comes down to take on the Davidson Warriors. I'm Al Whedon for Willie Gaston. Thanks for joining us. We now join Hogan's Heroes in progress.